Diese Konferenz wird nun aufgezeichnet.
Good morning and thank you for coming to the webinar Industry 4.0 in Germany. It's a project of BEENET, a Building European Export Network, is an European Union funded project in order to help companies to cooperate themselves and in order to establish a common strategy with them to access to foreign markets. We will remind that the project, the BEENET project, is organized by Industria, Lithuanian Innovation Center, and Barcelona Chamber of Commerce. For the webinar of today, we really thanks to the people of Jetai in Germany and our Berlin partners that and they helped us to develop the seminars, and they will be the opponents. I remember that the webinar will be registered and recorded, and after that all of us on other companies can share it through our website. I remember also that any questions that all participants could have, it's better to put at the end of the seminar in order to a better develop of it. And after that, I'll give the turn to Wolfgang. Then he will be the presentation of every single speaker. Wolfgang, is your turn.
Thank you very much for having us, and also warm welcome from my side. My name is Jens Wölki, and I work for the Enterprise Europe Network in Berlin and also for Berlin Partner, and I will guide you today through the next hour. We have prepared two presentations for you. The first presentation will be held by Claudia Grüne and Asha Maria Sharma from Germany Trade and Invest. They will give you an overview about Industry 4.0 in Germany. The second presentation will be held by Sibylle Weimann from the Business Development Agency in Berlin. She will show you what the location Berlin has to offer in that field. Mark already mentioned it. We suggest that we have a question and answer session at the end of the presentations. So please use the chat function to remind for your questions. I wish you a pleasant time, and I hope you will learn a lot about the Industry 4.0 location Germany while listening to our first presentation. So I forward the microphone to Germany Trade and Invest.
Thank you. We hope you can hear us quite well. We also started sharing our presentation. Thank you, Jens, for the introduction. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for attending today's webinar on Industry 4.0 in Germany. My name is Claudia Grüne. I am part of the Mechanical and Electronic Technologies team within the Investor Consulting Department at Germany Trade and Invest. I have a strong focus on the hardware side of Industry 4.0, especially the robotics and automation industry. With me on this webinar is my colleague, Asha Maria Sharma.
Hi, good morning, everybody. This is Asha Maria speaking. I do work in the same department as Claudia, but in a different industry team. So I take care of the more software-related points in the whole project of Industry 4.0, like IoT, artificial intelligence, etc.
So we now would like to provide you with an overview on Industry 4.0 in Germany from a more general perspective. First of all, I would like to start with a short introduction to our company. Germany Trade and Invest is the economic development agency of the German government. Our services range from export promotion to support for the new federal states, location marketing and investor consulting. This is the department where we both work. When it comes to the business location Germany, we offer the following investor consulting services. We provide market and industry analysis, market entry analysis. We offer extensive legal information on tax and labor law issues, but we also inform on funding and financing questions. When we have a look at our agenda, we would like to start with the industrial framework conditions, followed by an overview on Industry 4.0 as a German brand. We'll provide some information on support, especially for small and medium-sized enterprises, and inform about the research landscape and certain cooperations. And last but not least, we will step into some market opportunities for the German market. Germany is a state that consists of 16 federal states. We have a very decentralized structure with several significant metropolitan regions. Germany is a top exporter worldwide and a knowledge economy with very high rates of investment in R&D. Germany also is home to strong manufacturing industries with a very strong high-tech focus. Small and medium-sized companies are the well-known backbone of our economy. 99% of all German companies belong to the renowned Mittelstand, and more than 1,300 are so-called hidden champions, hardly known world market leaders in their industry. Germany is also Europe's largest manufacturer, with a gross value added through manufacturing of more than 30%. Furthermore, Germany is Europe's patent leader. More than 21,000 patents have been granted at the European Patent Office in 2018 only.
So let's see, Industry 4.0 as a German brand. Claudia has already told you about the specific conditions and the structure in the German economy. A huge part of the whole GDP comes from the manufacturing industry. And this means that we in Germany can offer state-of-the-art products and have an excellent position on the world market. Because a huge share of the production and of the services in the sector of, I would say, smart manufacturing is exported. We speak about 60 to 80%, depending on the branch. The government saw the need to support companies to maintain this position, and especially to support the small and medium-sized companies that are the backbone of our economy. So in like 9 or 10 years back, developing these ideas and developing a scenario for the years to come led to the Industry 4.0 or smart manufacturing project. Now, at the time being, we see this has already developed into a quite complex project with a growing number of interfaces and a lot of different actors, as to work towards a flexible production, to work towards convertible factories, see more customer-oriented solutions, and along with this comes the need for optimized logistics. And I would say, or it is said, that data is the new oil of the whole economy. So the use of data, the collection and the use of data is very, very important to come to a more resource efficient and circular economy. Let me tell you how it all began in Germany. So with the timeline of the Industry 4.0 in Germany. On the left-hand side, you see the year of where it all started. So Industry 4.0 was invented, so to say, as a part of the German high-tech strategy. The idea behind was really to prepare and to encourage companies to invest in the next steps of automation, including the use of intelligent software and linking the shop floor to the ECMS systems. As a next step in 2013, the first platform, Industry 4.0, was set up, first by 3 large industry associations. And 1 year later, all the participants saw that a broader base is needed, so 2 ministries took the lead. I'll show you the structure of this platform on the next slide. In this development were followed by regional initiatives. You remember that Claudia was talking about the 16 federal states, but they all have slightly, I would say, different industry structures. So regional initiatives were very much appreciated. The platform was working in 6 working groups, and 2018 a 7th working group was installed, the digital business models, because all the partners in the platform saw that, especially for small and medium-sized companies, developing ideas for new business models, having in mind the digital aspect, was a bit difficult. So this working group was set up. And as the platform model worked well, so the platform Industry 4.0 was seen as a success. In 2019, another platform, a new platform, machine learning, was founded, so to say. This platform is concentrating more on the software-related approach, having in mind especially AI-related developments. And then by the end of during the year of 2019, the platform, all the partners developed a new vision for the platform, Vision 2030. On this slide, you can see the structure of the platform. The basic idea, as I said, was to involve all parts of the industry, but as well of the academia and of the society. And this leads to the different pillars of the strategy. So you will find experts, you'll find company representatives, but as well unions as part of the whole working process. On the left-hand side, through expertise, you see the existing working groups. They mainly consist of company representatives of small and medium-sized businesses, as well as large companies, as well international companies with a subsidiary in Germany do work here in this field. So they do like the basic work in the platform. On the right-hand side, you see like yellowish colored the implementation part. We call it the transfer network, consisting of a variety of partners and projects. And you see, for example, the SME, small and medium-sized business Industry 4.0 Competence Center. I think Sibylle, when explaining about the Berlin part of this Industry 4.0, will talk about that a little further. And last but not least, you see in this pink-colored part the international cooperation, because that is something that really gets more and more important, to think beyond borders and to work towards a harmonized European and global framework. And just a quick view on the vision that has been published, the Vision 2030 for Industry 4.0. Again, on the existing industrial bases in Germany, the idea was developed to create a more holistic approach to shape that digital ecosystem that does not really stop at the borders, but rather, invites and embraces the international players. So 3 fields of action are the guiding principles of the vision with its European focus. It's autonomy, sustainability, and interoperability. And maybe as a first part of realization, I would like to mention the project Gaia 10 or Gaia X. This is meant to be like an open European data infrastructure as an alternative to non-European cloud providers that should in its final stage, offer the availability of secure and transparent data for all players on the European level. And this vision, I think, highlights again the importance of openness and the willingness to work with European partners.
In Germany, companies can count on diverse Industry 4.0 implementation support. Among the manifold support measures across Germany are, for example, 26 competence centers for small and medium-sized enterprises, advising companies with expert knowledge to make their way along the path to digitalization. Across Germany, you can also find several demonstration centers, test centers, but also a broad range of networks and events dedicated to supporting small and medium-sized enterprises in terms of Industry 4.0 and digitalization. And if you would like to retrieve some further information, which network, demonstration center, or competence center could be close to an interesting location for you, please feel free to check out the website mentioned below in the source. We also have the SIM program. It's Germany's largest innovation program for small and medium-sized enterprises. It's a funding program by the Federal Ministry for Economic Affairs and Energy, with the aim or objective to foster the innovative capacity of SMEs, but also to contribute to economic growth and the creation of new jobs. And this year again is also more a teaser. You can find more information at the program website mentioned below. The Industry 4.0 initiatives in the federal states complement the federal support schemes. On this map, you can see a selection of diverse Industry 4.0 initiatives on a federal state level. For example, on the left-hand side, the network Industry 4.0 is located in Lower Saxony, whereas in the federal state of Hesse, you can find the Intelligente Fabrik, which is nothing else but the intelligent factory. But you can also see that many other federal states, for example, Saxony, also started their own initiatives. Saxony is also very well known for the industry cluster Silicon Saxony, but mostly all other federal states have their own Industry 4.0 related initiatives. And I'm pretty sure we will hear more about the Berlin initiative.
So let's continue with the research and cooperation landscape in Germany. Let me start with the 0.1, that's the international research institutions in Germany. You may have heard of Max Planck Institutes, but probably even more interesting are the Fraunhofer Institutes. That's a group of institutes all over Germany with a different focus. They are partly financed through the federal government, but they need to engage with companies and do industry-oriented R&D projects in order to get their financing closed. Secondly, we want to mention the regional and industrial R&D clusters. So in these clusters, small and large companies engage together with other mostly regional partners. And more we can see international cooperations there. Some of the clusters are supported by financial support schemes from the federal government. You may have heard a program called Clusters of Excellence, where a group of, I think, 10 to 15 of these clusters get a financial support for the next 3 years in order to fulfill what they want to do for their region. And the third point are the German universities, and so technical universities and universities of applied sciences. We have a very strong focus in engineering. And again, here the internationalization starts and makes its path, because more and more universities do offer English-speaking, at least master classes, to strengthen international ties and exchanges. Allow me to show you some examples to explain this a little more, because it's the joint efforts within Germany, but as well on the European level, that helps develop Industry 4.0. As I said, the Fraunhofer institutes, they do research projects and cooperations in production field, in the IT, or in organizational questions. And they, for example, have started an industrial data space that is now called International Data Spaces, in order to work towards open rules and standards. Then the second example are the platforms, so Platform Industry 4.0 and Platform of the Learning Systems. Those are curated platforms, can be seen as a joint initiative of all the relevant players, and their role is to develop and implement technologies and standards, business models, and at the same time consult the government to help them create the right support programs. Last but not least, you can see one of the clusters. It's called It's OL. Nothing to do with the animal OL, but it's just an abbreviation of Ostwestfalen-Lippe. That's the region where this cluster is located. It's a science and technology network with more than 180 members right now, and they work towards developing Industry 4.0 solutions to meet international standards. You may have heard of some of the member companies. Those are the large Mittelstand companies like Miele, the white goods, the household appliances company. It's still a Mittelstand company in Germany. And there are other clusters. For example, in Saxony, as Claudia said, it's Silicon Saxony, working with a program like It's OL. There are other options, other offers that came up as a system since 2017. For example, the so-called digital hubs. I think Sibylle again will tell you about the Berlin hub that has an IoT focus, and will explain a little more what these hubs are meant to be. And all the organizations and clusters work towards a better international cooperation in the field of Industry 4.0. Because the challenges, as you know, they are the same more or less worldwide, and only our joint efforts will help us to succeed in developing new business models, in organizing the labor rightly, in having common standards so that law requirements are fulfilled. As well, security is something that more and more comes to our minds and is a necessary technological background towards new manufacturing technologies. And again, international collaboration is something I need to mention. So please see some of the international corporations. How are they organized? I would say that generally speaking, the efforts of companies and clusters are always supported by government discussions that lead to different models of cooperation within the EU or worldwide. So this can be, as shown on the left-hand side, bilateral cooperations on the government level. For example, between Germany and Japan, there are regular exchanges or consultations on government level, but as well, there are many exchanges led by organizations in bilateral or multilateral structures. And I think the EEN, the European Enterprise Networking, can be is one of the very good examples to see how this kind of cooperations work, as especially for the small and medium-sized companies that need sometimes other kind of help than the large corporations. And yeah, this was a bit of background information. I think now Claudia will continue to give you some practical examples.
Like I already said, last but not least, we would like to point out some market opportunities. The German manufacturing industry is a large market for Industry 4.0 solutions, and you can see on the left-hand side the market volume in billion euros. And you can also see that the mechanical and plant engineering and the automotive industry are the largest customer groups for Industry 4.0 solutions. This is mainly due to the fact that Germany is also home to plenty of automotive OEMs, suppliers, but same for the machinery and equipment industries, where we still have lots of producing companies. On the next slide, you can see a very practical example. This is related to AGVs, autonomous guided vehicles, also part of the service robotics industry. And we could find out that an increasing demand for these so-called AGVs will come up from the German manufacturing, but also from the logistics industry, and will lead to a significant market growth within the next several years. We could already see a very high increase of AGV sales in Germany during the last years, but it is expected that, especially due to an increased demand for automation in the whole logistics industry, but also the warehouses of German manufacturing companies, that there will be, like I already said, an increasing demand for these service robots. Another example is the food and beverage industry, where we will see a continuous increase in industrial robot sales. It is expected that there will be a high amount of new robot installations by 2021. This is due to the fact that Germany is a country with relatively high labor costs compared to relatively low food prices. And this leads to quite massive cost reduction potential in certain areas of the food and beverage industry. And this can be utilized by automation through robots, in this case, industrial robots. And another aspect we would like to mention here, that investments in production automation already take place in a range of industries, but will also further increase. On the right-hand side, you can see an example of the new Airbus A320 structure assembly line, which has been set up in their facility in Hamburg. It's a modular and lightweight automated system, and they use mainly industrial robots for drilling, countersinking, and sealing. And it is expected that also due to the demand for further automation in assembly lines, that investments in these automation technologies will increase also in the future. So if you have any questions on our presentation or about the business location Germany, please feel free to contact us here through these two email addresses. And as a last slide, I would like to mention again the Industry 4.0 initiatives on the federal state level. I already introduced the initiative of Berlin with their smart production and IoT, but I think I'll just stop here and hand over to Jens again and the colleagues from Berlin Partner. Thank you.
Thank you both very much for your presentation and the great overview about the Industry 4.0 location Germany, its history and vision for the coming years. Now we will continue with the second part of today. Sibylle from Berlin Partner will provide us information about the Berliner Industry 4.0 ecosystem and its many advantages for businesses. I forward the microphone to Sibylle.
Thank you so much. My name is Sibylle Weimann. I'm the Senior Project Manager, Manufacturing Industries. And give me a second. I will open my presentation for you. So within the next 50 minutes, I will introduce the Industry 4.0 related research landscape of Berlin, as well as the helpful ecosystem of the city, and it will be followed by practical examples. I will finish with some information on the objectives of Berlin Partner and of our role as a one-stop agency for business development. So the Berlin-Brandenburg capital region is an outstanding center for research. It is vibrant high-tech. It has a lot of vibrant high-tech startup scene, and it offers companies great opportunity in the Industry 4.0. So cutting-edge business models are being developed and tested in Berlin. Global companies, SMEs, and startups are using Berlin as a location for their R&D projects and, of course, to implement digital processes in the production. There are a lot of private and public initiatives that connect established companies and the startup scene and the research, and altogether they are working on topics of Industry 4.0. And here is an example: the Berlin Center for Digital Transformation of the 4 Berlin Fraunhofer Institutes, for example, provides an ecosystem that turns research results into new products. For example, the center supports enterprises in the implementation of secure cyber-physical systems and the realization of application scenarios within the new 5G network technology. And as a manufacturer-independent technology partner, the Berlin Center for Digital Transformation defines, for example, custom-fit industry business models together with its customers. The Digital Hub initiative promotes the development of a strong innovation culture and new digital business models, from artificial intelligence to new mobility and smart infrastructure. It combines the know-how of established companies again with pioneering startups, ideas, and scientific excellence. FinTech and IoT are based in Berlin. Berlin Partner coordinates all activities of these FinTech and IoT. The company builders, Next Big Thing, and FinLeap contribute with their knowledge. And here again, the Fraunhofer Institutes are involved. As part of the master plan Industrial City Berlin, the Digital Plus project, initiated by the University of Applied Sciences and supported by Berlin Partner, intends to show industrial companies an opportunity how to digitize their operations. 1,000 industrial companies are to be advised of their digitization potential. And in 100 of these companies, the business model will be checked for its digital performance, the digital maturity level will be recorded, and at the end, a digital agenda will be developed. So let me introduce you to the Competence Atlas Industry 4.0. This atlas, initiated by Berlin Partner, delivers transparent assistance in the search for the right regional technology providers and Industry 4.0 experts. As a support tool for all SMEs, it is available. The so-called Mittelstand 4.0 Center of Excellence Berlin is part of the SMEs digital initiative of the Federal Ministry of Economics and Energy. It is a cross-industry contact point for SMEs, and it aims to help business models and develop new digital ideas. It offers events, workshops, and information material as well. Asha already introduced the structure of the platform Industry 4.0 to you. It is Germany's central networking for driving forward the digitization in manufacturing. And this platform has its base in Berlin. And it aims to identify all relevant trends and developments in the manufacturing sector and to combine them to produce an understanding for the Industry 4.0. Berlin has defined so-called Zukunftsorte. That means great sites where the future is created. I would like to pick out one so-called Zukunftsort that I will introduce to you. It's the Siemens project, the Siemensstadt 2.0 Congress. In 2018, the group decided to invest 600 million euros in an innovation campus. Research will focus on solutions for the Internet of Things, artificial intelligence, and of course in Industry 4.0 as well. Modern production facilities are also planned in these areas. Certain technologies, such as self-propelled cars, will also be tested directly on the campus. Other important Zukunftsorte, it means sites for the future, are Adlershof, the Cleantech Park, the Cleantech Business Park, and the EUREF campus, and the Urban Tech Republic. I always put links in the presentation, so if you are interested in learning more about those sites, please feel free to click the links in my presentation. So the ecosystem of the capital helps to push the digital transformation and to connect old industries with new enterprises. Berlin has international technology and innovation-driven players like Amazon, eBay, Google, IBM, Oracle, or SAP. And also global IT and communication enterprises are in Berlin, like Deutsche Telekom, E-Plus, O2, Vodafone, or Motorola. And there are also traditional German companies that are acting global, that are in Berlin, like BMW, Deutsche Bahn, Mercedes-Benz, Siemens, ThyssenKrupp. And last but not least, there are a lot of middle-sized companies, the Mittelstand companies, that are the backbone of the city. So about 1/3 of Berlin's digital units and innovation hubs and labs are initiated by industrial companies. The industry is itself a driving force of the digital economy through all these digital hubs and innovation hubs. I will not mention all incubator and accelerator programs now that were initiated by the corporates in Berlin, but let me select an example for you. Since 2016, the Porsche Digital Lab is open to new sources of inspiration, as well as collaborations with IT startups and scientific institutions who work in the field of big data and machine learning, or microservices and cloud technologies, or the Industry 4.0 and Internet of Things. Other companies decided to implement their own software development centers in Berlin or their digital transformation projects. An example is Bosch SoftTech. Bosch SoftTech is a place where creative thinking and innovation are encouraged. It was founded in 2012 as a subsidiary of Bosch Car Multimedia. It meanwhile employs more than 200 people worldwide, and the branch in Berlin opened in 2016. It aims to use the Berlin startup environment and to learn from each other. Another example of a Berlin-based company is VCO. It is part of the family-owned Fissmann Group, and it focuses on the topics digital transformation, deep tech, prop tech, new business, and smart living. So the helpful ecosystem that has been growing within the last years in Berlin is on this slide put together for you so that it gives you an impression of all the players that are in the city right now. For example, VATX, that is on the top in the middle. They are focused, that's a company builder as well. They are focusing on creating IoT solutions for consumer and industrial applications as well. So which are the sectors Berlin, the city of Berlin concentrates on? Well, we have like 5 clusters in the city that we concentrate on. It's the healthcare industries and the IT, media and creative industries, photonics, energy technology and green tech, the transport, mobility and logistics, and not a cluster, the manufacturing industries, and not a cluster, the service industries. So finally, a few details on our job on Berlin Partner. As we mentioned, we are a one-stop agency and guide you through the office of Berlin. So if you are interested in setting up your business, for example, in Berlin, please feel free to contact me or my colleagues. Business promotion in Berlin concentrates on the clusters that I already mentioned. And we have a few objectives, not only investment promotion, but we also support companies with that are based in Berlin already with account management. And Berlin Partner also does the capital city marketing for the city and the innovation support as well, and the cluster management. So in case you're interested in joining us in the ecosystem of the city, please feel free to contact me. And thank you so much for your attention. And I put more links on this slide here, Berlin Partner, manufacturing industries and the Industry 4.0 in the capital region. And now I'll hand on to Jens again.
Thank you, Sibylle, for giving us this great insight about the high-tech location Berlin with its exciting initiatives with us. Yeah, we reached the end of our webinar now, and yeah, I'm inviting the audience now to take the chance to talk directly to our experts and ask as many questions as you can. Yeah, I see no questions right now. I will give you a few more minutes. Maybe in the meantime, our experts can sum up in one sentence what they can provide to companies and players from abroad. Maybe you guys from GTAE, maybe you want to start?
Hello, thank you, Jens. In fact, I think that's what we can offer is when we started our presentation with. So we can help you with insights on different industries in Germany to find out about potential opportunities for you to set up shop in Germany. We can help you with the information on industry associations or other interesting groups and organizations of companies in your specific field of business. And then, like we did today in the webinar, we do work with the 16 federal states very closely. So when you're interested in Berlin, you already know who to talk to. Would you be interested in getting in touch with Bavaria or Hamburg or North Rhine-Westphalia? We can help you further with that. So just to sum up, you can ask us more or less any question and we will try to give you an answer that helps you further. Thank you.
Okay. Yeah, I see no more questions, still no questions. Sibylle, do you want to wrap up, or do you think like the colleagues from TTA said enough?
Well, no, I just want to wrap up what we at Berlin Partner for Business and Technology can do for you. As I already mentioned in my presentation, we are your a one-stop agency, and we are your first point of contact in case you are planning to set up a business in Berlin. And of course, we are there to help you to get to know the Berlin market a little better, and we help you, for example, to find a location, or we help companies with a business immigration service. We offer welcome packages for new companies in Berlin and their employers. We and employees, of course, and we offer welcome tours through the city. We offer and we help you with funding and financing issues in the city. So there is a wide service that we can offer to innovative and technical driven companies in the city. So please don't hesitate in case you have questions or in case you are interested to contact us. So thank you so much, Jens, for the moderation of the webinar. And well, I hope at the end, on my last slide, there is my email address as well. So if you have any questions, contact us.
Okay. So if there are no more questions, I would like to thank you all for listening, and I hope we met your expectations. Yeah, if you're interested in receiving more information about Germany or Berlin, yeah, you will find the contact details of the expert from GTA at GTAI and Berlin Partner in the presentation. Yeah, the session will be published on the BEENET webpage. And yeah, thank you very much for listening. I wish you a nice day, and I hope you will stay healthy. Bye from my side. And
thanks to all opponents and for your effort to synthesize and to offering to all companies the advantages of being business in the industry 4.0. As we spoke our speakers, the presentations will be recorded in our website, and we will invite all of us to follow us the project, and the next webinars be published in our website. Thanks a lot, and see you in next webinars. See you all of us. Bye.
bye.